Welcome back to my channel. For today's topic, I'm going to discuss the exit requirements for all travelers departing Philippines. There are different classifications of passengers exiting Philippines. If you are a first-time immigrant or a student, here are the requirements. For first-time immigrants, students enrolled abroad, and exchange visitors, you must have a Philippine passport valid for at least 6 months. You must have a valid visa if you are a first-time immigrant or a student. You must also fill out the Bureau of Immigration Declaration form. In addition, you must have the CFO certificate and pre-departure seminar from the Commission on Filipino Overseas. Also, you must have travel health insurance. And lastly, you must fill out the departure card. If you are a dual citizen or a former Filipino, here are the requirements. Here are the requirements for dual citizens, former Filipino citizens, and foreign nationals. You must present your Philippine passport or foreign passport. In addition, Philippine passport holders will pay travel tax. Also, U.S. green card holders must not stay more than 1 year abroad, and the green card must be valid. Also, you must present Bureau of Immigration Declaration form. In addition, you must also fill out the departure card. This is the Travel Declaration and Acceptance of Terms and Risk form for exiting passengers. You must add your signature, add the date it was signed, and also you must add your name, date of birth, address in Philippines, contact number, email address, contact person in case of emergency, and then you must have an explanation for your travel. All passengers who use these travel documents upon arrival and were admitted under the same status shall be required to present the same during departure. Accordingly, if you use a travel document, you will also be required to present the above documents during departure. Now, if you enter using your foreign passport or, for example, a US passport, and eventually you become a dual citizen, you must also use the same US passport to exit the Philippines, regardless if you eventually acquired dual citizenship or obtained a new Philippine passport. Let's talk about Filipino tourists going abroad. There are actually strict requirements. The first requirement is that you must have a Philippine passport valid for at least 6 months and beyond. You must have a valid visa. Also, the most important, you must have financial capacity to travel and must be able to present different types of documents. You must also fill out the Bureau of Immigration Declaration form. Also, please obtain travel health insurance, and you must have a round-trip ticket and departure card. If you are an overseas Filipino worker, here are the requirements. First, you must have a valid Philippine passport. In addition, you must also have a valid work visa and contract. Also, you must have overseas employment certificate. In addition, you must also have a pre-departure orientation seminar certificate. For seafarers, you must have the identification and record book for seamen. And you must fill out the Bureau of Immigration Declaration form. In addition, you must also fill out the departure card, and you must have travel health insurance if required by the destination country. Now, who needs an exit clearance? This is for all foreign nationals, but not all foreign nationals need an exit clearance. ECC means Immigration Exit Clearance, and there are two types, ECC-A and ECC-B. Let's talk about ECC-A. Who needs an exit clearance? The following foreign nationals must secure an ECC-A prior to their departure. First, holders of temporary visitor visa or 9A visa who have stayed in the Philippines for 6 months or more. In addition, those holders of expired or downgraded immigrant or non-immigrant visas. Also, for holders of valid immigrant or non-immigrant visas but are leaving for good. In addition, Philippine-born foreign nationals who will depart from the Philippines for the first time. Also, holders of temporary visitor visa with orders to leave. Also, bona fide seafarers who have stayed in the Philippines for 30 days or more and has a duly approved discharge from the Bureau of Immigration. Now there's another type of exit clearance, ECCB. ECCB is issued to departing holders of immigrant and non-immigrant visas with valid ACR cards and are leaving the country temporarily. When to apply for an ECC or exit clearance? Foreign nationals who are departing must apply for an ECC at least 72 hours prior to his or her departure from the Philippines. Also, the ECC is valid for 1 month from the date of issue. However, you may only use this once regardless of its validity. For those traveling to the US, here are the requirements. Let's start the forms that you needed to fill out. One of the forms is the CDC attestation form. There are major updates regarding this form. As of June 21st, only non-US citizen who is a non-immigrant must fill out this form. Also, the latest version has an expiration date of 12/31/2022. Parents or guardians of children under 2 years of age do not need to complete the attestation on their behalf. So one attestation must be filled out for each passenger aged 2 years or older who is not a U.S. citizen or U.S. national or lawful permanent resident. And you are seeking travel by air. This is only for a non-citizen who is a non-immigrant passenger. However, you must show proof of vaccination or you must show that you are exempted from the requirement to be fully vaccinated. Another form that you must fill out is the customs declaration, but this will be provided by the airline company. Also, you must fill out the U.S. Traveler Health Declaration form. For prohibited items, you must check the Transportation Security Administration or TSA. Here are the travel health protocols for all U.S. citizens and permanent residents. U.S. citizens and U.S. permanent residents are exempt from the COVID vaccine requirement. However, for non-U.S. citizens who are not immigrants, you must be fully vaccinated to travel to the USA. Here are the travel protocols for non-U.S. citizens who are not immigrants. If you are a non-U.S. citizen, you must be fully vaccinated. However, there are exemptions. Children below 18 do not need to be vaccinated. Also, there are covered exemptions. I will discuss this later in this video. For non-US citizens who are not immigrants, booster shot is not required. Here are the latest approved vaccines when flying to the US. Here are the vaccines approved by the US FDA for single dose, Johnson & Johnson, and also Johnson & Johnson by the World Health Organization. For 2 doses, Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, Covaxin, Covishield, BIBP or Sinopharm, Sinovac, Novavax or Covovax, and there's a certain clinical trial vaccines which have confirmed efficacy, which is Medicago. Also, let's talk about the requirement of being fully vaccinated for all non-US citizens who are not immigrants. There is a definition of a fully vaccinated individual. Foreign travelers must provide official vaccination documentation, and airlines will confirm that the last dose was at least 2 weeks prior to the travel date. There are also specific information regarding official documentation. First, the personal identifiers such as your name or date of birth must match the personal identifiers on the travel documents. You must also name the official source and the vaccine manufacturer and the date of vaccination. You must also prove that you are fully vaccinated depending on the type of vaccine that you received, whether it is a single dose or a 2-dose series of vaccine. Also, if you received mixed vaccines, you will also be considered fully vaccinated. If not, you will be denied boarding. Now, how the 14 days are calculated. Your last dose must have been given a full 14 days before the day you board your flight to the U.S. For non-U.S. citizens and non-immigrants, here are the covered exceptions. That individuals are persons on diplomatic or official foreign government travel. Also, children under 18 years of age. Also, persons with medical contraindications to COVID-19 vaccine. In addition, participants in certain COVID-19 vaccine trials, persons issued a humanitarian or emergency exception, also persons with valid visas except B1, B2 who are citizens of foreign country with limited COVID-19 vaccination. Also, members of the U.S. Armed Forces or their spouse or children under 18 years of age. In addition, sea crew members traveling with a C1 and D non-immigrant visa. And persons whose entry would be in the national interest as determined by the Secretary of State or Secretary of Transportation. Now, if you fall under any of these exceptions, you will be required to attest that you are exempted from the requirement to present proof of being fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Even if you're exempted but you plan to stay in the U.S. for more than 60 days, you will have to attest that you will arrange to become fully vaccinated within 60 days of arriving in the U.S. unless you are not allowed medically or too young to get vaccinated. If you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys for supporting my channel, and if you haven't liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.